Yo, big GDA. You already know where we at. Nah, that's horrible. God. 2 months. It took me a total of 2 months, probably more, to be able to post that first video. Dreams Animated is a series that I'm going to continue on, and it is the basis of this channel. It's what got me into wanting to do animation. It's literally what I've envisioned for this channel. But it took me that long to finish this and put it up. And if you've watched the video, it's not great. All right, let's not even lie. Animations are weird. The drawings, a lot of them are choppy, unfinished. The coloring is decent in certain areas, and other areas just absolute nonsense. Uh, that's just how much whatever went into it. I'm absolutely like over it by now. And at the end of the day, I was like, okay, I need to post. I need to start. I need to put this out. No matter how long it takes me, no matter how much I need to put into it, no matter how long it ends up taking me, I definitely need to put this out. And that's going to be that first step towards everything else. Now, before I explain how that whole process went, because believe me, I want to explain that. Let's start a bit from the beginning. I mean, you already know me as Green Dragon A. GDA is fine, Green Dragon is fine. I think those are, and we'll explain the naming eventually at some point. But I've always loved drawing. I've always loved just creativity as a general term. And this ain't some sob story because honestly, I ain't got the patience to build one of those. It's just to say that it's always been a huge part of who I am and a huge part of what I love. Now, I began playing around with animation and stuff maybe a year or two ago, but I always wanted to make like one of them story time animation type of things. But I didn't have that spark that pushed me to actually do it. It was just a dream or something that I wanted to do. And at a certain point, I I got it. I don't know what it was. I don't know exactly how it happened. A lot of different things coming together to put me on that stand and be like, "Hey, this is your time." And believe me, I took it and ran. Did the whole 9 yards, did the whole mile, I did the whole marathon. Don't even think I wasn't there. I was there every day. I'm lying. It was very on and off for quite a while. Yeah. But hey, eventually we got it, First video popped out. Hey, what can I say? Now we can get into the serious part. The absolute agony that was making this video, bro. When I tell you I was every step of the way was just like no. But you know me, I ain't never been the type to give up. I ain't never been the type to stop. You wanna stop me? You gonna have to kill me. At first, it was pretty okay. Like, I have a decent computer, nothing too crazy. I'd say below average, but again, it's nothing to complain about, just for context. So, that's what I start on. Working on it, doing a little bit of a storyboard, figuring out what I want to do, doing the voiceovers, and everything else that I was going to put in the video. I already had the plan, I had the idea, I just needed the execution. So, originally, because of how the application works or whatever, or maybe it's my computer, I can't make everything at once, so I have to split them in parts and then put those parts together, and then once that's over, then I can post it. So I had the Road to Cuba voiceover 1, 2, 3, 4, I think up until 9, and that was kind of how the plan was going. Now the first one is the like third clip. Well, oh, actually, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm trying to explain. God. Regardless, it's somewhere in the middle, and you can tell because of that's the one that's drawn the worst and has the worst like coloring around, because that was before I learned more steps on how animation works and everything. I've taken 0 classes and watched 0 videos. This is all off the top of my head and reflex and instinct. Have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just throwing things out there. I've watched anime and a lot of cartoons as a kid. That's my basis and literally what I'm going off of. So I make it, and once I've finished with all of the parts, I'm like, all right, time to export these and start going. And then it doesn't export. Now, it could be due to, maybe it was too big, maybe it was some kind of other issue, maybe there's an internal problem. And I did a lot of research to figure it out because none of them were originally export. Yeah, the English language in it. None of them were exporting. But, quick Google search, a little bit of Reddit here and there, and we got something. Except for the first one. What happened to the first one, you might ask? I'm not sure. I still don't know. It's there. You just will never see the light of day, probably. My guess is that it was too big because the majority of them end up being around like 3 gigabytes worth. But this one was 15. So no matter how I tried, no matter what I moved, no matter what I did, and I couldn't make it smaller either. But it was 22. And I tried some hacks to try and fix it. Nothing. So eventually, once I had everything else exported, and I had already made the entire video, which we'll get to making the video. But once we had exported that, the rest of it was just, all right, we need part 1. But part 1 doesn't want to be part 1. It doesn't want to be a part of this. So I made the heavy decision to just make another one. Now, could I have just remade the first one? Probably. Was I going to do that? Hell no. Wasn't even, bro, I was so done with it. Like, don't talk to me about Road to, bro. You know that one, like, don't ask a man about what happened. Yeah, exactly. Don't ask me about what happened with Road to Cuba voiceover 1. Now, the next step was the editing process. Once you have them exported, their videos, you have to put them together, and that should be easy. As you notice, there's no music or any background things or whatever, so it should really just be putting them together, lining up the frames, and you're good. Right? Oh, you sweet summer child. If only you knew. So first of all, my computer just, for whatever reason, cannot take the animation in the video editing software. Why? Good question. I don't know. Regardless, I really had to pull strings to try and put it all together. And not only that, everything that I'm doing has to be put through different files, because when you take out the video file, it's, for example, an MP4, and then you have to transform into an MP3. Then once you do the animation, take it out from Matroska to MP4. And then from the MP4, put it into the video editing software, and then you can move around with it and do whatever you got to do. And once all of that is done, now we can finally export it after 3 weeks of fighting with that video editing software. So that should be it, and then we post. Oh, you sweet winter child. It was hilarious of me to think that was the end of my problems. It didn't want to export. It didn't want to export. It did not want to export. I spent days trying to export it. And when I would finish exporting it, oh, you didn't have it in landscape. Oh, you didn't have it in the proper setting. Oh, it wasn't zoomed in enough. Oh, you missed out on this clip. Oh, you forgot about this one thing. You can see where this is going. I mean, I could crash out again, but honestly, I'm tired, man. I was really tired. So, after another long battle, finally exported it. Hey, we're done. Now all we gotta do is post it. Oh, you sweet spring child. Now we have the next big step. How am I going to name it? Good question. What's going to be the name that's going to be my animation studio's? Okay, it's not a studio, it's a YouTube channel. But still, I needed a name, all right? I needed a name, and I had no idea what to take. Now, obviously, I could just use the Green Dragon tag, because that's me, that's how niggas know me as. That's how, Green Dragon. That's always how it's been. But something inside me was like, hey, maybe I should look for something more. Maybe I should look for something deeper. Maybe I should look for something that'll hit, a type of way, or that has some kind of meaning behind it. So I spent an entire 2 days researching the entirety of dragons in history and mythology. Oh my God. I was out here calling friends, family, all that, trying to figure out what they think and what I should do. And one of my boys, Draman, shout out to you, by the way, for this, because I was talking to him and he literally told me, hey, whatever you put should hold your name. Like, it should have some kind of meaning behind it that leads to you. Now, I don't think this is what he meant necessarily, but the way that I took it at first was exactly like that. It was like, okay, I need to find a deeper meaning. I need to find something that'll really describe everything that this is going to be. And after reading all of that, I sat there and realized, in reality, there's nothing that'll describe me more than me. I am the Green Dragon. Like, that's who I am. That's the person that I am. That's the persona that I have. And that's the name that applies to me. Anything else that I could have taken would have been cool. It would have been nice. It would have probably had some, secretive meaning that I could put. But when I look at things that hold to me and that are attached to me, that's always Green Dragon. So at the end of the day, I decided to take that as a name. I needed to post because I said I would post over that weekend specifically. My brother had been pestering me about it for like days, which is not like, I'm not like, saying he was being annoying or none, but yeah. But that's also what pushed me to make that final step, because every step was littered with obstacles and trials and all of that. And now that I had actually finished it, it was time to put it out into the world. So I pulled up YouTube, created a new email, created a new account. I did this before the whole Green Dragon scenario, but for the sake of the story, put that all together and decided to go through with posting. Oh, you sweet winter child. I was supposed to say fall, and I know you expected me to say fall. Gotta keep niggas on their toes. Yeah, it was a whole nother logistic that I had no idea how to handle. But it took me a lot less time. I was still able to do it within like an hour. Posted up the video, realized that I put it for kids, and then had to update that and then repost it. But yeah, finally that was done. And finally, the Green Dragon is out there in the world. There's so much that went wrong. There's so much that happened that I wish I could have done differently, or time that, would have made it better. And even now that I'm looking at this recording and it's 14 minutes, I definitely know that I'm going to continue. I know I'm going to keep this up, and I'm definitely going to make it somewhere, because this is genuinely fun. Like, to see it all come together and put it out there and see that video posted with my thumbnail that I drew that actually looks like a thumbnail that I would watch a video from. Bro, there's levels to it. There's levels to it. And I'm trying to be on the top. So yeah, that's the story of how we got here. At the end of the day, it's all about posting that first video. How many people don't do it? How many people decide, hey, I can't be asked. Hey, I'm not going to do this. But I'm doing that. And whatever comes from that is absolutely fine. I'll take that under the chin every single time. Because at the end of the day, I would rather do it and be wrong.